Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, seekers of truth, lovers of music, allow me to speak to you about a song that is more than sound. It is a testimony. It is a sermon. It is a reflection of life's deepest cries. Tonight, we take a walk beneath stormy skies, guided by the haunting notes of Gary B.B. Coleman The Sky is crying. Now, when you hear that title, it doesn't sound like just a description of the weather. The weather, does it? No. It sounds like a confession. It sounds like a revelation. The sky is crying. The heavens themselves can't hold back the tears. The weight of sorrow, the ache of love lost, the blues that run through our bones. All of it spills down like rain from above. And when Gary B.B. Coleman lifts that guitar, when his fingers bend those strings, it isn't music you hear. It's the sound of a man talking to the universe. It's the sound of a soul, tired yet unbroken, telling the truth the way only the blues can tell it. See, the blues ain't just about sadness. No. The blues is about honesty. The blues is about saying, this is how I feel. This is what I've seen. This is what I carry. And in that raw confession, there is power. In that cry, there is strength. In that moan, there is healing. Now, think about the sky. Vast. Endless. It sees all. It sears all. And when the sky cries, it is not just water falling. It is a mirror of human pain. It is a reminder that suffering is not hidden. It is a reminder that sorrow is part of the human story. But listen closely, because even as the sky cries, life keeps moving forward. Flowers still grow. Rivers still flow. People still rise. That is the mystery of the blues. It holds the hurt and the healing at the very same time. Gary B.B. Coleman's voice, his guitar, his rhythm, they don't try to decorate the truth. They don't try to hide the wound. They press on it. They press until you feel it, until you know it, until you face it. Because sometimes we run from our pain. Sometimes we hide it behind smiles, behind busy days, behind laughter that doesn't reach the soul. But when that music starts, when the sky is crying comes on, suddenly you can't run. Suddenly you got to sit with it. And in that sitting, something happens. You start to release. You start to breathe. Now let me ask you, how many of us have walked through storms in our own lives? How many of us have heard the thunder, seen the lightning, felt the rain pouring down when it seemed like the whole world was against us? That's what this song is about. It's about those nights when the heart is heavy and the silence too loud. It's about those moments when you realize the sky is crying because you are crying too. But here's the beauty. When you share that cry with the sky, when you let your sorrow pour out into something greater than yourself, you are no longer alone. The blues reminds us that pain is universal. Suffering is shared. We all got scars. We all got regrets. We all got nights we wish we could erase. And yet through music, through art, through expression, we survive. We heal. Now some folks will say the blues is, they'll say it belongs to another generation, another time. But let me tell you something. Truth doesn't age. Pain doesn't expire. And healing is eternal. That's why The Sky is Crying still speaks. That's why Gary B.B. Coleman's guitar still cuts through the noise of the world. Because no matter where you come from, no matter what language you speak, what it means when the sky cries. You know what it feels like to lose. You know what it feels like to long for something you can't reach. And you know what it feels like to hope again. Now, let's talk about hope. Because the blues doesn't leave you in despair. Oh no. The blues drags you through the mud, but it sets you back on your feet. The blues says, yes, life is hard. Yes, you've been knocked down. Yes, the sky is crying. But you, yes, are still here. And as long as you are here, as long as there is breath in your body, there is a chance to rise again. Gary B.B. Coleman teaches us that lesson not through speeches, not through essays, but through 6 strings and a voice. He teaches us that music can hold the weight of our pain and still sing us into tomorrow. He teaches us that even when the sky cries, the dawn still breaks. And with that dawn comes possibility. Think about that guitar solo. Think about the bends, the slides, the sustain of those notes. They're not just technical skills. They are prayers. They are cries. They are sighs of relief. They are shouts of frustration. They are whispers of love. Every note carries a piece of the human story. And when you hear it, you don't just listen, you feel it. Now, I know some of you may wonder, what do we do with all this sorrow? What do we do when the rain won't stop falling? What do we do when the blues feel too heavy to bear? And I say to you, we let the music guide us. We let it remind us that storms don't last forever. We let it remind us that even the darkest night will end and the sky will clear. But we also let it remind us that it's okay to feel. It's okay to hurt. It's okay to cry. Too often, We are told to hide our feelings, to be strong all the time, to never let the world see us break. But the truth is, breaking is part of being human. Crying is part of being human. And through that honesty, through that vulnerability, we find strength we didn't know we had. So tonight, as we reflect on the sky, is crying, let us not just think about the sorrow. Let us also think about the resilience. Let us think about the generations of people who carried the blues in their bones and still found a way to sing. Let us think about how a song born of pain can become a source of healing for millions. Let us think about how art, in its purest form, is not entertainment. It is survival. Because when Gary B.B. Coleman picked up that guitar, he wasn't just playing for himself. He was playing for everyone who ever felt the weight of the sky on their shoulders. He was playing for everyone who ever walked through a storm. He was playing for everyone who ever needed a reminder that they are not alone. Now, I want you to imagine this. The rain is falling outside your window. The thunder is rolling in the distance. The sky is crying. And in that moment, you press play. The guitar starts. The voice rises. And suddenly, the storm outside matches the storm inside. Suddenly, the music carries your burden. Suddenly, you are not fighting alone. That is the gift of the blues. That is the gift of Gary B.B. Coleman. And so I say to you tonight, don't run from the rain. Don't fear the storm. Don't hide from the cry of the sky. Embrace it. Listen to it. Let it teach you. Let it strengthen you. Because the sky may cry, but after the rain comes renewal. After the storm comes peace. After the blues comes clarity. The sky is crying is not just a song. It is a mirror. It is a teacher. It is a friend. It reminds us that sorrow and joy, despair and hope, death and life, all of it exists together. And we, fragile yet resilient human beings, are called to live in the middle of that tension, to embrace it, to learn from it, to rise through it. So, the next time you hear Gary B.B. Coleman's guitar sing out, the next time those notes pierce the silence of your room, remember this: you are hearing more than music. You are hearing the sound of humanity itself. You are hearing the cry of the sky and the response of the soul. You are hearing truth, and truth, no matter how heavy, will always set you free. Thank you.